Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel in another episode of Journey to Understand the Bible. I'm your host Damien, and in our last episode we went over Genesis 24, and it was about how uh, Abraham sent his servant out to find his son Isaac a wife, and how he had to go through, how he prayed to the Lord to try to find the right woman, and basically the woman that was willing to give him some water and feed and water his camels would be the sign of the woman that actually he should pick for Isaac. And it turned out to be Rebekah, uh, Naor's daughter or granddaughter. And so in this episode, we're going to go to Genesis 25, the death of Abraham. And it starts out, Abraham married another wife whose name was Keturah. She gave birth to Zimran, Jokasan, Medin, Median, Ishbak, and Shan. Let's just call him Shan. Jokasan was the father of Sheba and Dedan. Dedan's descendants were the Asherites, the Lecherites, and Lemamites. Medin's sons were Ephraim, Epher, Hanok, Abida, and Elda. These were the descendants of Abraham's. These were all descendants of Abraham through Keturah. Abraham gave everything he owned to his son Isaac, but before he died, he gave gifts to the sons of his concubines and sent them off to a land in the east, away from Isaac. Abraham lived for 175 years, and he died at a ripe old age, having lived a long and satisfying life. He breathed his last and joined his ancestors in death. His son Isaac and Ishmael buried him in a cave, in the cave of Machpelah near Mamre, in the field of Ephron, son of Zor and the Hittite. This was the field Abraham had purchased from the Hittites, and where he had buried his wife Sarah. After Abraham's death, God blessed his son Isaac, who settled near Beer Lahai in the Negev. Ishmael's descendants. This is the account of the family of Ishmael, the son of Abraham through Hagar, Sarah's Egyptian servant. Here is a list by their names and clans of Ishmael's descendants. The oldest was Nebathah, followed by Kedar, Adbel, Misham, Mishama, Duma, Massa, Hadid, Tim, Jeter, Nephishish, and Kedema. These 12 sons of Ishmael became the founders of the 12 tribes named after them, listed according to the place they settled and camped. Ishmael lived for 137 years, then he breathed his last and joined his ancestors in death. Ishmael's descendants occupied the region from Havilah to Shur, which is east of Egypt in the direction of Asher. There they lived in open hostility towards all their relatives. The births of Esau and Jacob. This is the account of the family of Isaac, the son of Abraham. When Isaac was 40 years old, he married Rebekah, the daughter of Bethuel, the Armenian. The daughter of Bethuel, the Aramim from Paddan Aram, and the sister of Laban the Aramean. Isaac pleaded with the Lord on behalf of his wife because she was unable to have children. The Lord answered Isaac's prayer, and Rebekah became pregnant with twins, but the two children struggled with each other in the womb, so she went to ask the Lord about it. Why is this happening to me? She asked. The Lord told her, the sons in your womb will become two nations. From the very beginning, the two nations will be rivals. One nation will be stronger than the other, and your older son will serve your younger son. And when the time came to give birth, Rebekah discovered that she did indeed have twins. The first one was very red at birth and covered with thick hair like a fur coat, so they named him Ishmael. Then the other twin was born with his hand grasping Ishmael's heel. So they named him Jacob. Isaac was 60 years old when the twins were born. Ishmael sells his birthright. As the boys grew up, Ishmael became a skillful hunter. He was an outdoorsman, but Jacob had a quiet temperament, preferred to stay at home. Isaac loved Ishmael because he enjoyed eating the wild game Ishmael brought home, but Rebekah loved Jacob. One day, when Jacob was cooking some stew, Ishmael arrived home from the wilderness, exhausted and hungry. Ishmael said to Jacob, I'm starving, give me some of that red stew. This is how Ishmael got his other name, Edom, which means red. All right, Jacob replied, but trade me your rights as the firstborn son. Look, I'm dying of starvation, said Ishmael. What good is my birthright to me now? But Jacob said, first you must swear that your birthright is mine. So Ishmael swore an oath thereby selling all his rights as the firstborn to his brother Jacob. Then Jacob gave Ishmael some red and lenten stew. Ishmael ate the meal, then got up and left. He showed contempt for his rights as the firstborn. And that's how chapter 25 ends. It's basically how it ends. So basically, Genesis 25 was about Abraham dying and the descendants of his two sons, Isaac and Ishmael, and then their kids. I mean, it wasn't really an exciting episode or anything. It was pretty much just a lineage, and that's pretty much it. And so I guess when we get to chapter 26, we might get into some more action. But if you like the commentary so far, I know I be butchering the names in the places where people live, but I just really can't pronounce it. I try to do my best to translate it, but that's why I let you guys see the word, follow along, because that way it kind of makes sense. If I'm butchering the name, you'd be like, yeah, anyway, that ain't how you say that. Well, there it is right there. But anyway, thanks for watching. And if you like the show or like the commentary, like and subscribe, and I'll continue with Genesis 26. Bye.